I believe we had some exciting news from Steam yesterday for PC users and gamers who want to record their own gameplay, and maybe you're using OBS or GeForce Experience or Shadowplay or something like that at the moment to record their footage. Now, Steam can do it for you within the Steam client, and it's incredibly simple to do. And it also works using the GPUs of Nvidia and AMD GPUs as well. So in the description below this video you'll find a link to the Steam game recording beta announcement, which gives you the instructions on how to do it as well. And you'll also find a link to a couple of videos I've made, which are kind of gameplay example videos, just to kind of give you an idea of the quality you get if you're thinking, oh, should I switch from OBS or something like that as a simple capture tool. So there's one with Armour Forger, and there's one with Resident Evil 4 Remake. They were both captured at 1080p 60 frames a second using the high settings. And what I mean by that is the high settings in the game recording software. Also, I've recorded my voice along with this footage as well, and you can compare the background noise with the Armour Forger video, which is quite quiet, where I reduced the in-game volume to 25%, with the Resident Evil 4, where I think I reduced it to about 40%. So how do you do this? Well, what do I think already? I think this is great. It seems to work fine. Yeah, looking forward to using it. I use GeForce Experience at the moment, nice and simple. Just hit a button, press record some footage, and then hit another button, and then it's ready to upload. There's another couple of steps you've got to do with this, which I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. But especially if you've probably got an AMD GPU, so you can't use something like GeForce Experience, then this could well be a bit of a game changer. So what do you do? How do you activate it? Well, within Steam, what you want to do is you go to Steam Settings, and then you go to the User Interface. There you go, Interface. And where it says Client Beta Participation, you want to say the Steam Beta Update. And you close it up and restart, well, stop and restart Steam, and it will download the beta version of it. Now, it could be at the time you're watching this video that this is out of beta and it's in the main Steam client. And if that's the case, all you'll have to do is go down to in-game recording, and then you can choose to turn it off. You can have it record in the background. So this is where it's just recording on a massive loop, so that you never have to worry about missing some footage. You just go, actually, boom, record that, and it'll have your past gameplay for, I think there's many minutes as you want to choose, up to 120. Or you have the way that I would use it, which would be record on demand. So I hit Control F11, it starts recording, and I hit Control F11 again, and it stops recording. The reason for that, for me, is really the fact that sometimes you can lose performance if something's always recording in the background. If you've got a very hotty PC, then that would be good. Then as you scroll down, it says Raw Recordings folder. Now, what happens is when you actually make a recording and you stop, at that point, it's not ready to be uploaded to YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else. It needs to be exported. So although it tells you where these raw recordings are, you're not really going to mess around with them there. Then you have your recording quality. The two examples I've done are at 12 megabits per second or megabytes per second, which seems fine. Enable GPU hardware encoding. So this is where it's using my Nvidia GPU to help it along. And then you've got your shortcut keys that you can do to change. Now, the controller shortcut keys, I guess I'd have to have a controller plugged in. So I guess if you were playing a situation where you had it playing on a gamepad but you didn't have access to your keyboard, that would be useful. Now, if you've got a Steam Deck and you're wondering how this works, on Steam Deck it's slightly different in the fact that you press the Steam key and then you press A at the same time and it starts it. Haven't figured out how to do it on something like a ROG Ally Windows handheld yet, because obviously you can't press Control F11 without bringing up the keyboard, and the problem you've got I suppose you could, you do Control F11, wouldn't you? Then it would start recording, and I guess you could do it that way, but it's difficult to set a controller shortcut because it takes you into Steam. Anyway, you can have a look at it. When I come up with a solution, I'll do a video. Record microphone, important, and then record audio from. So for example, game audio game audio only, all system or game and selected programs. The reason why you would do that was, say if you were in chat and you were, say, playing Arma Reforger as a squad and you wanted other people's voices to come through, then you would, say, be recording the audio from Discord. Now, once you've done that, you can close it up and you'll be ready to go. But I would also say make sure you do some test recordings. And if you're having trouble with the audio, specifically the mic recording, make sure that you go into the audio settings in Windows and that your input device is actually your mic. If you've been messing around with lots of other things, like I have with VR headsets, sometimes it might be set to something that it isn't, so it won't be recording anything. Also, I would say is there could well be some games that this isn't compatible with and it doesn't record anything with. I had that with one game on the Steam Deck yesterday when I was trying to record something and it recorded just a blank screen with noise. So always do test recordings before you do a massive session, because what you want to do is you want to make sure the volume's right and you want to make sure that the quality is right that's coming through. So then what you do is when you're in your game, you would then press Control, I'm not going to do it now, but you would press Control F11 to start recording, Control F11 when you're finished. And then within Steam, you then go to View, Recordings and Screenshots, click on the one you want. And what you could do at this point is you could make a clip. So you could clip it for the bit that you particularly wanted to. Obviously you could cut the beginnings and ends as well. And then you have Save and Share. So say we wanted the whole thing, save and share. If you don't clip it stuff with, you don't have to bother doing that thing I just did with the brackets. And then you just go save, clip or export video file. When you hit export video file, that's when it will then save it as I think it's MP4. Yeah, MP4 in a folder of your choice, and that will be the one that's good to upload to YouTube or Facebook or wherever you want to, like that. Now I'm sure as we go forward, Steam will be adding more functionality to this editor. I wouldn't be surprised if they add the ability to add different clips in and maybe even do voiceovers as well, because they're making the Steam client more and more useful all the time, aren't they? As long as it doesn't get too heavy, that's the only thing we want to. We don't want taking up too many resources. But there we go. What an absolutely fantastic resource for gamers. Especially maybe if you have a little bit of trouble with OBS, maybe your system struggles with it, or you just want to get into recording your gameplay footage with your voice. It seems a great way of doing it. A thing I would say is I don't think you can record your voice on the Steam Deck. I'll be doing a separate video about that on my handheld gaming channel. But it seems really good, and it means if you want to, and I highly recommend this for people who are starting off, don't invest in an expensive subscription to something like Adobe Premiere. Just do one and done videos where you hit record, you talk, you record your gameplay, you stop, you upload it, and you don't do any other editing. Nice and easy, nice and quick, and it means you can make lots of videos on lots of different subjects to find your path, if you like, without having to spend lots and lots of money on expensive editing software. And if you do want to start editing stuff, I would always have a look at Vegas on Steam. It goes on sale all the time. In fact, the cheapest way to get Vegas is normally through Humble Bundle. If you keep an eye on the Humble Bundle every month, see when a Vegas bundle comes up, buy the bundle that's got Vegas in, and Vegas is perfectly good enough for your basic video editing and transitions and that sort of stuff. Anyway, that's enough from me. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, hit like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.